starting with erythrocyte sedimentation rate, that is ESR. In simple word, ESR means, see, erythrocyte, it means RBC. Sedimentation, it means the process when RBCs settle at the bottom. And rate means the amount of RBCs that settle down in a given time of 1 hour. See, ESR is also called sedimation rate, SED rate, or Bernanke reaction, since it was first demonstrated by Edmund Bernanke in 1897. So what is an erythrocyte sedimentation rate? So an erythrocyte sedimentation rate is a type of blood test that measures how quickly erythrocytes settle at the bottom of a test tube that contains a blood sample in given time of 1 hour. Normally, RBCs settle relatively slow. A faster than normal rate may indicate inflammation in the body. Inflammation is a part of immune response system. It can be a reaction to infection or injury. Inflammation may also be a sign of chronic disease, an immune disorder, or other medical condition. Starting with the events of ESR, so the RBCs will aggregate themselves at the center, then they will fall with great velocity and alignment of RBC one upon another like a stack of coins, and this process is called as Rolex formation. Starting with the determination of ESR, so mainly there are two methods to measure the ESR. First is Westergreen method and second is Winthrop's method. So each method is slightly different, having different results, but most laboratory use the Westergreen's method. So this test involves a simple blood draw. It should take only 1 minute or 2. First, the skin directly over your vein is cleaned. Then a needle is inserted to collect your blood. After collecting your blood, the needle is removed and punctured site is covered to stop any bleeding. Starting with the Westergreen method. So in this method, your blood is drawn into Westergreen tube until the blood level reaches 200 millimeter. Then the test tube is stored vertically and sit at a room temperature for 1 hour. Also, the tube is open at both the ends. The distance between the top of the blood mixture and the top of the sedimentation of RBC is measured. This is the most used ESR testing method. It contains large volume of blood sample because it is 30 centimeter long, and in this method the anticoagulant uses sodium citrate. So this is the Westergreen tube, and both the ends, the upper end and the lower end, is open, and this is the Westergreen stand, and the tube is 30 centimeter long, so it can fill large amount of blood in it. Starting with the Winthrop's method. So the Winthrop method is similar to the Westergreen method, except the tube is 100 mm long and thinner. A disadvantage of this method is that it's less sensitive than the Westergreen's method. The tube is closed at the lower end and it is open at the upper end. It contains less volume of blood sample because it is just 11 centimeter long. And the anticoagulant used is EDTA, that is ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid. So this is the Winthrop's tube. The lower end is closed and the upper end is open, and it is thin and it is 11 centimeter long. So these are the normal ranges, so you can just remember it. Starting with the factors which are increasing the ESR. So first is specific gravity of RBC. So when the specific gravity of RBC it increases, the cell it becomes heavier and the sedimentation is fast, so ESR increases. Second is Rolex formation. So Rolex formation increases the ESR. Since globulin and fibrinogen, it accelerates the Rolex formation. Third is increase in size of RBC. So whenever the size of RBC increases, that is, the condition is called macrocyte, then ESR also increases. The factors which are decreasing the ESR, first is viscosity of the blood. So viscosity offers more resistance for settling of RBC. So when the viscosity of blood increases, the ESR decreases. Viscosity means the consistency of the fluid or the resistance of the fluid to flow. Then RBC count. So when RBC count increases, the viscosity of blood is increased, and so as the ESR decreases. And when the RBC count decreases, ESR increases. This is vice versa. Starting with the significance of ESR, that is the importance of ESR. So erythrocyte sedimentation rate is an easy, inexpensive and non-specific test which can help in both diagnosis as well as prognosis. Now it is also called non-specific because it cannot indicate the exact location or cause of disease, but it also helps in the confirmation of particular diagnosis. So what is prognosis? It means monitoring of the course of disease and response of the patient to some therapy. Now determination of ESR is especially helpful in assessing the progress of the patient treated for certain chronic inflammatory disorder such as pulmonary tuberculosis and rheumatoid arthritis. Now variation of ESR. So firstly, starting with the physiological variation. First is age. So ESR is less in children and infant because of more number of RBC. Second is sex. So it is more in females than in male because of less number of RBC. Third is menstruation. So the ESR increases during menstruation because of loss of blood and RBC. Fourth is pregnancy. From third month of parturition, ESR increases up to 35 millimeter in 1 hour because of hemodilution. Pathological conditions. So the ESR increases in this condition, disease condition. First is tuberculosis, then all types of anemia except sickle cell anemia, malignant tumors, that is cancerous tumor, then rheumatoid arthritis, rheumatic fever, and last is liver disease. Then the condition in which the ESR decreases: allergic condition, sickle cell anemia, peptone shock. Fourth is polycythemia, and last is severe leukocytosis. What is leukocytosis? That is increase in the number of WBCs than the normal range.